Hey, welcome to your Sagittarius horoscopes for the week of December 3rd through the 9th. It is official. We move into the shadow period of the Mercury retrograde, the last Mercury retrograde of the year, starting on Wednesday the 6th, which is 7 days before the retrograde starts next week on Wednesday the 13th. We also continue to have the Sun and Mars creating some magic and some badassery in terms of its influence over your long-term goals. Nobody has the energy to put into things like Sagittarius does. And adding Mars's energy to that is like, holy smokes. Get out of the way because you're going to get run over by this Sagittarian, which is completely focused on those goals. And on the flip side of that, actually, Sagittarians that really aren't focused on any specific goals might be feeling a little bit unnerved by not having that focus on a particular growth or goals right now, meaning feeling a little bit lost, even a little bit overwhelmed by what they're stuck dealing with currently right now, if that makes any sense at all. We do have the Sun in a square with Neptune. Neptune is retrograde up until about Wednesday, Thursday, and then it moves into forward movement again. And Neptune is focused on self. I have said this in other videos, not sure if I said it in this one. Neptune in the rising sign, when I'm doing a birth chart, a lot of the individuals that I have worked with in terms of other mediums and other people working in the spiritual realms, a lot of the really well-known ones that I have worked with, oddly enough, had this placement in their birth chart. They are known intuitives, not just they are intuitive, but they're known for being intuitives, meaning that it is in their chart that they are going to be intuitive people and that people will know that. And so when we have the Sun in a square with Neptune, what we're really looking at here is so much energy going into your goals that you may be ignoring your intuition a little bit. Either it's because you're overthinking. I know Sagittarians never do that. Never, never, never. Whether it's because you might be overthinking it a little bit or micromanaging it a little bit, or maybe even just a little too much worry into it. That's also possible as well. And so consequently, the other issue is that if you're gangbusters and only focusing on what's in front of you, and you're trying to speed through the process, this is where your intuition is going to be a little bit ignored as well. Not necessarily the greatest thing in the world, I have to say. But in terms of all the other planets that are around right now, not a whole lot going on. This is really the only aspect that we're dealing with right now, which means this isn't even a bad thing. It's just basically saying, don't be so controlling over the outcome that you are ignoring your intuition and the part that your intuition can play in those long-term goals, the part that your intuition should be playing within those long-term goals. A lot of people don't follow their inner guidance, mainly because you can't prove it. And, for instance, I met somebody once, and the first thing that popped in my mind was they were very much like another person, which I had a lot of issues with. And I didn't want to be judgmental. So I did not follow that guidance and protect myself or do anything with it. I just said, no, I'm not going to be judgy to this person. It turned out I was absolutely right. They weren't just like the person, they were worse than that person. Right. And I almost got blindsided by it when it happened, which if I was aware of it, I probably would have been a little less blindsided by it, if that makes any sense at all. So bottom line here is that we're not talking about changing people. We can't do that. But or even changing all of our plans or anything. It's just saying that your intuition might add some very important parts that you might be forgetting as you chariot into your long-term goals. And remember, with the chariot card is really important. A really important lesson with the chariot card is that you don't want to move too fast in that chariot. You don't see the rock in the road, the bump in the road, the animal running out in front of you, the child running out in front of you. You could cause a major accident, and that accident could stop you from being able to move forward for a day, maybe two, maybe weeks, maybe months, maybe years. It could be something that just automatically takes you out of, no, I'm not pursuing that goal anymore, period, because it's such a traumatic experience for you. Avoid that trauma by simply going slow and steady. I know it's hard because you guys have so much energy, but slow and steady always wins the race. We read that book when we were kids, right? Also, too much of that energy does make you a little bit cocky, and that's not going to help you in your goals either. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip or donation through my coffee link, which is down there in the description. I would really appreciate that. I really appreciate the support from you guys. It's just been amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys, I am looking forward to what you guys are coming up with. That's a lot of energy going towards those long-term goals. And I am excited about what you guys are going to come up with. I'll see you next week. Make it a great one.